Hi everyone, I'm Jean. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 habits you can implement in your life to become fit and live a healthy lifestyle. Before we get started, remember to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification button so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. Also, thumbs up this video if you like it and would like to see more content from me. Leave a comment below once you have done all of those things, and on my next video, I'm going to shout you out. Before we get started, I just want to say good habits are so hard to form. I know that because I've lived with having bad habits for such a long time that it takes patience, time, practice, and consistency to form these habits. Bad habits are so easy to have because we're naturally inclined to do them. For instance, it's so easy to go out and find a burger with fries and a shake because 1, it's fast, 2, it's cheap, 3, it's just the easiest thing and the quickest thing to get with our lives running around. Most of us work 9-to-5 jobs like I do, and sometimes you just need to do what's fast. And it's so easy to not go to the gym because after a long day of either going to school, taking care of your family, or just working, we can lose track of time and not focus on ourselves. So by practicing these 5 habits, you're enabling yourself to become a better person, a well-rounded person. And some of these habits you can apply to all areas of your life. So the first habit for me is something that I have struggled with for a very long time, and that's motivation. Motivation is so hard to keep up with. One day you're motivated to eat healthy, go to the gym, drink a bunch of water, and just do the right things in order for you to live a healthy and fit lifestyle. But then there are days when you just have a bad day or an off day and you choose the easy way out and you choose not to eat correctly. You just lose sight of your motivation. And then the next day, you feel guilty for what you have done. I've struggled with this for years, and it wasn't until last year that I figured out the key isn't motivation. Yes, motivation gets you started, but what gets you to the finish line is determination. You have to ask yourself, how bad do you want to achieve your goals? What are you willing to do? What are the steps you're willing to take to reach to your end goal? For me, I had to ask myself, what was I willing to do in order to reach to my goal weight? And no, I am not at my current goal weight, but I've made so much progress from where I've started to where I am right now. So think about what you want to accomplish and what drives you to accomplish that. For me, it was that I wanted to be healthy. I didn't want to get older and have health issues. I wanted to be comfortable in my own body and have confidence, which I lacked so much of my life. I knew I was willing to eat the correct way that worked for me. And for me, that was eating keto. I knew I was willing to exercise each day because I already loved to exercise. I already loved to go to the gym and be active. I've been active my entire life. What I struggled with was eating and what I needed to eat in order to be fit. I'm not one of those people who can count calories, who can portion their meals. Honestly, I love food too much to limit myself. I had to find something that worked with my lifestyle. And that leads me into my next habit, making sure that whatever your goal is and your steps towards reaching that goal become a lifetime habit. You have to make sure that if you're trying to eat healthy, not even healthy, if you're trying to eat right for your body, you need to make sure it's something you can incorporate into your daily life. For me, counting calories, I wasn't able to do that daily. It was way too hard for me to scan my foods, to portion out my meals and make sure they match up the amount of calories. Each time I started to do that, my motivation would go down because 1, it was too much work, and 2, I was just inconsistent with it because of how busy I was. So you need to find out what works for you, whether that's portioning your meals, counting calories, or just changing something within your diet. You don't have to change your entire diet all at once. You can start by incorporating more veggies, more fruits, more meat, and then try taking something out, excluding sweets, artificial sweeteners, high-calorie drinks. Think about some of the changes you can make that you're able to live with. I knew that once I switched to keto that I would be able able to eat like that for the rest of my life. Yes, I do have cheat days when I do eat carbs and I go all out, but those days are planned for me so that they don't throw me off track. And that leads to the next tip. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. It is so important for you to create a plan so that whenever you fall off track, you're able to get right back on. For me, I had to plan my workouts, which is something I've consistently done throughout my life. I always planned what I was going to work on 3 days a week, which was legs, and the other 2 days were going to be arms and abs. I then went even further and I planned the exercises I was going to do, the weights I was going to try and lift, as well as my reps. Your plan does not have to include going to the gym, but it should include some form of physical activity. Then you can take it a step further by planning your meals for the week, or even for a couple of days that week. I didn't plan my meals for the entire week, but I would plan it from Sunday to Wednesday. And that helped me think about what I wanted to eat for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. I was able to go to the grocery store, pick up what I needed for those days, meal prep it, and then pack it into my refrigerator. And each day I would grab what I needed to grab and put it into my lunchbox. What this led me to do is less cheating. I was less inclined to go and grab a quick bite from Taco Bell or McDonald's because I already had my meal there with me and I knew that if I had it, I was going to eat it. Sometimes we have those days where we just want to eat a slice of pizza or grab a quick bite with our friends or go out to dinner with our significant other. And you're allowed to do that because we're human. We need to live our life. However, make sure you have limitations. So those days where I did get off track, I knew the next day I would get right back on track because I had a plan in place. I never punished myself for what I did the previous day. If I missed a workout yesterday, I'm not going to be punishing myself by doing 30 more minutes on the elliptical. And by not punishing yourself, you're enabling yourself to live. I needed to allow myself at least some wiggle room. So get started on a plan. Write it down in a journal, on your phone, somewhere that it's easily accessible to you. For me, my workouts needed to be on my phone because I was not going to pull out a book at the gym. I just wasn't going to do it, and there would probably be days when I forget it. But having it on my phone, it was so accessible. If I just talked about exercising and how you should have some form of physical activity in your life, and that's my next habit. We all should have some form of physical activity in our life, whether that's walking, taking a run, going to the gym, working out at home, stretching, playing some sort of sport, or just getting your body to move. It's so important that we continuously move our bodies so that we're making sure we keep our muscles strong as well as supporting our bones and keeping our bodies intact. I was never the girl who really loved working out. Yes, I did stay active throughout my life. I was on the track team in high school. I started jogging when I was dating my husband. I used to go to the gym with my mom. Now I go to the gym with my husband, but I've never been the girl who loved working out or looked forward to it. I was always the person who would be like, I never enjoyed it. Since I started planning my workouts and incorporating different ways of staying active, I have truly become the person who uses my physical activity as an outlet. It has become my hobby and something that I'm so used to doing that I look forward to it. I'm now that girl who puts her headphones in and just zones out. It has become a part of my lifestyle and who I am. So find something that you enjoy doing and embed that into your lifestyle. It will not only make you feel better, but it'll give you confidence and it'll give you that outlet that we all need. My final tip is to start off slow. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've started a diet, I started an exercise plan and expected to lose 20 pounds my first week. Not even 20 pounds, maybe 10 pounds my first week. And that is unrealistic. I also had a really terrible relationship with the scale where I would weigh myself every single morning. I would get up, use the bathroom, go and weigh myself. And if it didn't reflect what I thought it would reflect, I would beat myself up about it so much. So what I started doing is I started weighing myself once a week. Yes, it was hard because I was so used to weighing myself every single day. But once I started noticing that my weight was going down, I was less inclined to go step on the scale. Another thing that helped me was I started taking progress pictures. Honestly, that's the best thing that I ever did for myself, because when you take progress pictures, you're able to see changes within your body that the scale does not always reflect. There would be times where I stayed or I plateaued and stayed at the same weight, but when I looked at my pictures, I could see my body change. And seeing those changes and documenting them was so fulfilling to me. I would make these collages of my body from the beginning to that current state, and I would be so proud of the changes I made that it pushed me to go further. I started my journey in January of 2019, and I'm still on my journey. Now, the number isn't much of my issue. My goal is really shaping my body and what I want it to look like. I had to learn to be patient with myself because things don't happen overnight. We need to realize that for some of us, we gain weight so easily, while others have so much trouble gaining weight. And there are people who can cut things out of their diet and lose so much weight, while there are people like me who really struggle and really need to fine-tune their diet to lose 5 pounds. Another thing that I liked doing was I had an app where I would track my weight. The app also helped me see my starting weight and where I was, and it allowed me to see my plateaus, and I could evaluate what I was doing during that month. What I want you to remember is do not feel defeated just because the scale doesn't represent the number you want it to represent. Look at yourself in the mirror and take pictures. Be proud of any progress you made. As long as you're being consistent, you're planning, you're embedding new habits into your lifestyle, you will reach your goal and becoming a healthier you. And in turn, that's all that matters. I hope you all enjoyed this video and you learned something from it. Please comment down below any habits that you have formed that you think we should embed. I'm sure there are so many great habits we all can use as humans and become better people, so I would love to hear from them. And I'll see you next time. Leave a comment down below when you're done and I'll shout you out in the next video. Bye! Bye!